And good morning. Believe it or not, it is Monday. It is April Fool's Day, so be cautious where you go, what you listen to. It's always a prankster in the crowd somewhere. It's coming for a lot of folks today. We do hope you have a great day. 67, and be ready. It will be 84 before the day is all said and done. Now, we have severe weather moving in tomorrow. We want you to be well aware of that and what's happening there. Matter of fact, let's look at radar and see what we've got going on this morning as we start this out. Let me turn this on. Let's look at the fog that we've got early this morning that's going to be to the south of us. As we pull it up here, here's Meridian Honda radar, as we'll see lots of fog in southern Mississippi just east of Hattiesburg. If you're going to be in this direction, Highway 98 area over to Centronell, Alabama, Chatham, Alabama, those areas there, Wiggins, Mississippi, a lot of fog. Be careful as you're heading toward the Gulf Coast there. McLean, those areas along there, and Highway 57, even 63 full of it there. But Centronell has a lot of fog this morning. Now, as we flip this to talk about tomorrow, our severe weather, and we'll get into this in a moment, but to give you a heads up, we'll come back to this as we look at the outlook for day two. The severity of this has risen quite a bit in the last little bit. Here's the overall view is what we're looking at here. It's going to start at Kemper County, and it gets really bad around Corinth. This is where more likely tornadic activity will happen. It can happen here. This is a high-risk area all the way near Columbus, Ohio, as we get here, getting into the Ohio area. Charleston, West Virginia here. Yesterday, this was a level 3, and it's moved southward. Can it move a little further south? It sure can. We've got 24 hours before this storm arrives, and it should be moving in between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. tomorrow night. Now, as we look at this, let's zoom in. Here's Meridian. This is going to take in the Lauderdale area being under that level 2 and northward through all of Kemper County, Neshoba County, most of Leake, and Winston, Noxubee, on upward Columbus, Starkville, all the way to the state line. Now, as we look here, as I mentioned, Corinth, right in this area, Iuka, Belmont, Red Bay, Alabama, all of these areas are a level 3. Decatur, Alabama, level 3 as well. So if you're in those areas, mark this down for tomorrow night, severe weather, 5 p.m. through 10 p.m. At least it's not after midnight is the best that we can say on that. Hopefully we'll get off lucky again. We have been very fortunate so far with storms as they roll through. We'll keep a close eye on all of this. I do hope your morning is going well for you and you feel good. We're off to a great month, April. 4 months into the year. Who would have? This year is flying, folks. It's almost like, hold on. It's coming fast. All right, let's do something good. Let's go out and get us a great message to start the day. Let's go out to Collinsville First Baptist.
Over the last year, my wife and I have taken a headfirst dive into the camping world. We have a camper and we enjoy getting out to different campgrounds, even if it's only for a couple of days. When you're at the campground and you know it's going to storm, there are certain things that you'd better do. You know the storm is coming, so you better pull in the awning and take up all the outside stuff, put it away, and secure things down so they won't blow away. If you don't do these things, there can be lots of regrets. In 1 John 2:18, John makes his first mention of someone called the Antichrist. He says, "Dear children, this is the last hour. You have heard that the Antichrist is coming. Even now, many Antichrists have come. This is how we know it is the last hour." The Antichrist will be that world leader who will come at the end to oppose Christ and seek to deceive many to follow him instead of Christ. But John says, even now there are many Antichrists who have come. There are those who now oppose Christ and seek to deceive others with false teaching. John says this is how we will know that it is the last hour. Ever since Christ has come at the first advent, we have been living in the last hour. During this time, there will be a continual effort on the part of Satan to deceive and keep people from following Christ. The plea here is for believers to be alert and discerning in the world in which we live. We can get comfortable and fail to recognize the spiritual forces in this world and become complacent concerning the works of the devil. The storms are coming, and we must be ready to stand faithful and firm in the faith. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. And welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. Always good to get a good word. Now, I do hope you had a wonderful Easter. Ate too much, gained a little weight, and you're happy this morning. That's what it's really all about. Family and friends, and remembering while we're all here. Hope you done that yesterday and enjoyed yourself. As we look at this, 25 years, Sam Bankman/Fried will serve 25 years. Now, of course, his lawyers are going to appeal this, and hopefully he'll try to get out of it, is what he's thinking. Not so sure that's going to work. Who is he? He's the guy that done the crypto, scammed everybody's money and walked off. What I don't know, and I asked Odie about this a moment ago, I rarely see this. Maybe this is the first time I've ever noticed it. Sam Bankman-Fried. How did a guy get a hyphenated name? Did he take his mother's hyphenated name? You don't typically see that. It's usually a lady that's got married that hangs on to her maiden name. Not quite sure how that worked out. There may be a logical answer to it, and I just don't know. The Powerball jackpot has reached $1 billion after no winner in the latest drawing. $1 billion.
I got my ticket.
I think I bought one Thursday, so is it still good, or I'm just no winner?
If you only bought it for one drawing, then it ain't no good.
Yeah, I don't have to look at it. I don't know how many it was good for. Have mercy. You ever seen those things to where it's just not your time to go? It happened in Oregon. A guy walking across a parking lot, walking into a convenience store. A nearby business was sawing. The blade comes off, shoots across the parking lot, and misses the guy by inches. It was not his time. Stuck into the building. Man, that would have been bad. What are those movies? Final Destination? That's scary. Now, as we often look at things and you go, how could they have gotten out of prison? We read this story last week to where Illinois' prisoner got out of jail. The parole board permitted it as they studied his case and felt that he was good to go. Well, we all know that a lady who had a restraining order off this man, he went straight to her apartment. In an attempt to kill her, he killed her 11-year-old son. The one that brought this before the board and supported it on the parole board has resigned. They were looking at redoing the criteria there in Illinois for parole, as they should be. A lot of times people are turned out of prison because they look at it as, well, prisons are crowded. Not all. We do have a few that are on these parole boards that take their job serious, but so many times it's overcrowded, get them out. And we've lost a life. We really got to get tougher on what we do in the United States. Extremely tougher. They're no longer scared. They know that there is no punishment in the end for their crimes. Now, again, we saw this in Florida, and I think a parent needs to be a parent, and the government needs to stay out of it. As we saw last week, to where Florida is passing a law to where under the age of 16, a child can't get a social media account. In my opinion, that's overstepping the government. A parent should lay down a law to their child that they can't do that. It's not the government's responsibility, as we see a new state joining this. Georgia will move forward. We're trying to do this on social media. Anybody under the age of 16 will not be allowed to get a social media account. As we all know, fibs are told and ages are sometimes stretched. They'll get it anyway. Again, parents need to be parents, and government need to run the government, not lives. My thoughts, you may disagree with me on that. Good morning, Bill. Glad to see you there. Billy's joining us there. Miss Donna, Bob McNeese. Louis Gossett Jr., have y'all seen this over the weekend, has passed away. Hard to believe he was 87 years old. He was in a lot of movies. Was it Officer and a Gentleman that was his big role? That was a good show. He has passed away at the age of 87. Condolences to his family. Let's see what else we've got going on this morning. They're mad in Boston. The former Veterans Housing will put up migrants in their place. We have a lot of things going on in the United States right now that just really doesn't add up. They're going to use a building that was built for veterans to house migrants in. We keep seeing this. We see it in New York, to where they're spending millions of dollars a week to house people that are illegally here in the United States. There used to be laws that said you can't enter if you're illegal, and well, yeah, we throw all that out the window. Not to mention what we saw being passed Sunday, it was Friday, and what we called Easter, or allowed the presidency to do so, the federal government. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That was done on Friday. Christians' biggest holiday. Now, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on after that. Read between the lines and see what happened there. San Francisco had to turn around. Airplane. Got so bad they couldn't take it anymore. It had this distinctive smell. Well, they had a plumbing problem, let's so speak, from San Francisco. Had to turn around and land. It was so horrible. Can y'all imagine? No, I don't even want to imagine. I really don't. University of California, Berkeley. Y'all know what I'm talking about there? They're accused of racism. They have part ownership into a farm, and they've banned white people from attending on Saturdays. Anybody remember this is America, the land of the free? What's going on? You shouldn't have that for any race. Have mercy, have mercy. Nashville. This is horror over the weekend as we see a gunman killed 1 and injured 5 at a Nashville coffee shop. For what reason? None whatsoever. Again, criminals don't feel that there are any laws or, well, anything that they'll have to face. They do what they want nowadays. It's a slap on the hand. Do what they want. It's like a child. Y'all know that. If you get in trouble, you don't do it again. There has to be punishment. We seem to have forgotten that in the United States. Tucker Carlson claiming that he was banned from speaking at his alma mater. I'm not sure if it happened or not. There's a lot of discussion going back on this. He says it happened. Some of them were saying it didn't. He offered to bring his own security. I like Tucker. He kind of just tells it how it is. I know that there's people that don't, but he basically tells it how it is. Do y'all remember the days when he used to wear the bow tie? Oh, yeah, they fired him from a network, and, well, that didn't stop him either. He just kept right on going. He's probably bigger now than he was when he was on national television every night. He does his own thing from his own studio. I like him. I wish him well with what he does. Did y'all see this, to where a college football star was stranded for 11 hours in the Gulf of Mexico? Helicopter flew over, and he said he wasn't scared until then. It flew by and didn't see him. He has been rescued. That is wonderful.
Was it a coach?
It says former college football star, Chris Smelley, S-M-E-L-L-E-Y. Does that ring a bell with you? No. I didn't know him either, but they say that he was good at one time. And y'all have to be careful with this. I was asked Saturday night to go on this, and I'm not going. Kayaking, absolutely not. You get on those little critters, and they'll go flop, and they'll turn you upside down. I've seen it happen. Kayaking is not for me. Number 1, I can't swim. Number 2, I ain't doing it.
We got life.
Yeah, y'all going with your life jackets. I don't care what you do. I ain't riding with you. Those things are dangerous, Odie. You sit out, really, they're the balance in them, and they just flip over. You're strapped inside, and you can't get out. You just, you know I'm right. You got to balance, don't you?
Anymore.
You're not strapped anymore. How you get out? Isn't it like a tight fit?
Oh, you sit on top of it.
Sit on top of it, straddle it. Okay. Bareback riding. Down the chicks say, hey, I'm not doing it. Y'all just do what y'all want. Coming up, we're going to check your forecast, find out what is going on with the weather. That's all next here as we begin this early April Fool's Day. Be careful, be cautious out there. We'll be right back as we begin this.
The Scotty Ray The Preserve at Meridian is the premier senior living community in the Meridian area, offering independent living cottages, assisted living, and maintain their independence and pursue an engaging lifestyle with a robust activities calendar, personalized care programs, wellness activities, restaurant-style dining, and much more. Call or visit us online today at preserveatmeridian.com to schedule your personal tour.
Yeah, I have no idea where the roaring lions come from. Wasn't supposed to do that. Always a little technical glitch. It's, well, I guess April Fool's Day on myself there. Technical problems that I had no idea where they come from. It happens. We'll get that straightened out today. Sorry about that. Let's get into our forecast now and find out exactly what's going to happen with the weather as we begin today.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your touchstone energy.
We go back for those record highs and record lows. It was 1974. Our record high was 87. Now, keep in mind, we'll get close to that today. 84 is expected. The record low was 87, and it was 30 degrees. Too many 87s going on there. Kind of messing with my head there. But 1987, 30 degrees. I was getting ready to graduate high school. I had a jacket on, I'm sure.
You probably did.
Two. Sunshine today, again, 84 in Meridian. We should see 83 from Noxapater, Philadelphia, up to Columbus, back over to the Mississippi River there, coming in at 82 at Greenwood, all the way down to Natchez, somewhere around 83, 84, all the way down. Nice weather, only a degree separating any of that. As we look at Bama, what is that I see in Demopolis? 85 there at the river. We'll see 82 in Birmingham, 84 in Tuscaloosa. Even Montgomery should see around 84 today. Nice, nice weather. As we look at this, as we brought up the severe weather that's going to move in, Kemper County now the line on the level 2, Lauderdale County, with the exception of NAS Meridian and Ralph Morgan Rodeo Arena will be a level 1. All else is a 2 moving northward there through all of House, Mississippi as we get into Philadelphia, all those areas northward through Winston County. Be prepared, a level 2 for you. Now, anywhere in this could be a tornadic activity, but the extreme northern portion of Mississippi will have a more likelihood of seeing them. Again, our severe weather should roll in between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. This could change. We're 24 hours out. We'll be on top of it to let you know. Here's what we have for Alabama. 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. is what they're pushing. So we may see a little slight variance in Mississippi. They may update theirs, but we got an hour discrepancy there, kind of overlapping. As we see what the forecast calls for today, 6 to 10 days out, warmer weather entering Mississippi. Look at Texas. It's hot, and it's on its way here through across Louisiana and Mississippi. Kind of normal right here in Meridian, but as you get into Forest and the further west you go, the warmer it will get. Our 7-day outlook calls that 84 today. Look at tomorrow, 85. Now, after the storm rolls through tomorrow, our temperatures dip for just a couple of days there, as we'll see 68 on Wednesday, should see 66 Thursday, and by the weekend coming in, 70, 73, perfect weather, even 77 coming up for next Sunday. Got a lot of events coming up in April that will be happening this coming weekend. Sip and Savor is going to be downtown Meridian. The weather is perfect for it. A lot of other things as well. As we glance across this rain, when does it start? April the 9th looks to be the day, and it's every day for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, about 7 days there. Y'all be prepared. It's going to be April showers coming, beginning somewhere around the 9th. We'll stay on it. There are good chances there, most over 50% chance. It starts dwindling down as you get toward the 14th there. On into looking at the fishing forecast for today. Chet's Paint Body tells us the perfect time today is, well, now through about 8:30. Enjoy it. You'll have another chance, let's see here, minor time this morning around 10:30 to a little bit after lunch to about 12:30 if you're going to go fishing today. The wind, look at this, gusty today, 20-mile-an-hour gust. Winds 5 to 10, so it's going to be hopping, not a day to burn. We had a breezy weekend as well. Everything just kept coming. The eclipse also is coming. I forgot about that. Almost totally forgot about that. And we did get word that Chris is I'm going to call it, I guess, Smelly. How else do you pronounce Chris Smelly? He is a coach now, somewhere in Alabama. Sarah, yeah, I can't pronounce that one. I didn't even know a town like that existed in Alabama. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that one. But somewhere in Alabama, he's a coach.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just as bad as somebody stumbling upon Wahalock, Mississippi, going, say what? Wakalock. Wakalock, Mississippi. I guess you got to be there. That's a new one to me there. As we get this day going, God bless you. Thanks for joining us. We've got a lot of news and headlines coming up as we'll discuss. Boy, we've had a lot of arrests that happened over the weekend. A stabbing in Clark County. Have y'all heard about this? Shootings in Neshoba County. Law enforcement wrecking in Lauderdale County. We got it all on the way coming up at 7 o'clock. Join us, won't you? Odie and the gang will be here. We'll be right back.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.